Hello and welcome everyone to this ritestream AMA with Riaz. I am Kenny, the social media and community manager, and obviously Riaz certainly doesn't need much of an introduction. He is the CEO of ritestream. Riaz, thank you so much for joining today.
Hey Kenny, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So Riaz, we have to do this every sort of live stream that we do. We have to ask our guests what have they been watching in terms of film or TV. Have you been watching anything in your? I know you have a
I,
busy schedule, but
I do have a guilty pleasure. However, I watch a show called The 100. I don't know if you have actually watched
I
it on
think another guest
Netflix.
mentioned it previously that they've been watching that.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It's like I'm not generally a binge watcher, but it's one of those series that I sit down and I just can't switch off. It's brilliant. If you haven't seen it, and if you're a sci-fi buff like myself, then go and watch it.
Beautiful. Another sci-fi nerd as well, like me. I'm also into my sci-fi too. So that's the more the merrier here. He has very happy.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Right. So we're going to go through a couple of questions that we have prepared from some of the community, and then we'll also take some live questions at the end. And we're going to give away some right token to those the best questions at the end. So the best questions, make sure it's a good one. Write it in the chat at the end, and if yours is chosen, you'll get some lovely right. So now, first question for you, Riaz, is can you tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your film and TV work?
Absolutely, Kenny. I've been in the industry for quite some time now, and my focus has been primarily on television, though I've been involved with film a little bit. I've produced a number of reality TV formats over the years, and I particularly love the genre because we get to tell stories about real people. And right now, you know, uh, the right stream is my main business, and it takes up most of my time. I still enjoy making content, and I'm actually at a film set as we speak. We're filming a show called The Challenger, which is the story of Muay Thai boxers from across the globe.
Brilliant.
And they come to this beautiful island of Langkawi, and in this world championship competition to determine who's going to be the best. So I still like to get my hands into the business and be the creator that I am at heart. And that's what's really inspired me to create RightStream in the first place, because I understand the pain points of creator firsthand.
Absolutely. So you know the ins and outs and the pain points that come along with that. And
Exactly.
we will absolutely be asking you more about that going ahead. But first, we want to ask you, since you have such a great experience in the industry, we want to know, what was it like to be nominated for an Emmy award? That must have been quite something. Like that's on the list of things of achievements to get, right?
I tell you what, when I first got the nomination, I actually got an SMS and uh, uh, notification, and I looked at that and I thought, can't be true. It's got to be a hoax, and that I'd been nominated. And uh, but then the reality sank in, and I thought, wow, this is incredible. It's kind of fulfillment of a dream, and I guess it's an endorsement of one's creative achievements by the community, by industry peers, and it's an extreme honor. And uh, yeah, it's hard to describe it. That moment that you're actually there, and with the press and everything, and you're talking about uh, the journey and how you got there. So uh, uh, you know, hopefully I'll do it again soon, because
Yes.
yeah.
Let's see if we can go for an Oscar.
Yes, indeed. Uh,
That's the next one.
and by the way, I'll come to this later when you talk about the Oscar. But
Yeah,
there's a moment when we can talk about that later.
brilliant. I'm really looking forward to that. I love it. I love that we're getting these little teasers here of things to come and things to look forward to going ahead. So let's get a little bit into the nitty gritty a little bit more. I'd like to ask, how do you see traditional like Web2 entertainment markets with respect to the world of crypto and NFTs? Because there's been some sort of, first there was a resistance to it, and now there's an acceptance, wouldn't you say?
There is not only an acceptance, but there is a sense of excitement around it as well, right? That even people that we speak to, because we are bringing the Web 2 and the Web 3 worlds together, and we talk to a lot of the traditional players. And in a week's time, I'll be at MIPCOM, which is one of the biggest television conferences in the world. And we're talking to people about NFTs and how to actually bring their ideas to life via NFTs, how to increase the monetization potential of the content that they've already created via NFTs, and also through exploitation of rights in the metaverse. So, we're already in conversations with a number of studios, production houses, and uh, you know, although they don't know enough about Web3, they are super excited to be part of it.
Brilliant. And speaking of, let's see if we can get some more juicy details out of you for Crypto Nights. Can you tell us about Crypto Nights and when the show will be launched?
Kryptonites, this is gonna be a game changer, Kenny.
Oh
It's
yeah.
we are bringing crypto mainstream, and this is gonna be the vehicle, right? Imagine this with millions of people watching the show and getting to learn about all these Web3 projects that currently, there are self-contained communities that actually know about these projects, but now we're going to take these to the wider universe. And that's why I'm super excited, because uh, not only will people be able to watch this amazing show, but they'll be able to exercise their right to vote using the right tokens as well to actually support their favorite projects through Kryptonites. Um, we are planning to do an NFT drop towards the end of this year for Kryptonites, and because my mission and vision has always been to include the community in this, and that's what ritestream is all about, so that everyone can participate in this project and you know share all the benefits and the joy, and have sneak peeks and all the rest. So that's kind of the timeline for the NFT drop, and we are looking to film this in the first quarter of next year. We have got some amazing nights that uh, we'll be announcing very, very soon. These are in the crypto world, they're household names. So watch this space.
This is very exciting. I really, really am excited to look forward to who we have as the knights on the show. Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering. I'm thinking who could they be? I'm thinking of everyone, and it's just it's interesting to see what we.
Subject of the next AMA, perhaps.
Absolutely, yes, exactly. We'll have them possibly as guests as well, and it will be interesting to
Absolutely.
hear from them as well. So, speaking of you know, building friendships and partnerships and everything else, can you tell us a little bit about some of Rightstream's partnerships in the film and TV industry?
Yeah, absolutely. So our partnerships extend from independent producers through to established studios, with properties like a film that we announced earlier this year called Stealing McLeod. It's a story about John McAfee. Um, we
Brilliant,
are working with a number of independent award-winning producers for rights to the metaverse, and we've got a partnership with a platform called Planet Theta, which is a dating app whereby we'll be showcasing some awesome content in Rightstream cinemas in the metaverse. And we have got some really cool partnerships in play outside of that as well that we'll be announcing fairly soon.
brilliant. And want to know, how did you come up with the idea of like merging films and NFTs together? How did you see them coming together as the way that in which you have?
So I actually started thinking about NFTs back in 2017, when the term NFT wasn't quite coined. And in a white paper that I wrote back then, it was a non-fungible token. And the vision back then was to actually fractionalize ownership of content and to have that represented by NFTs. And fast forward a few years, um, I want to solve the problem of how do you bring content ideas to life, and how do you give the community participation within these ideas so that they reap the benefits of the success of the projects that they back. And that's kind of how this came about, that I wanted to kind of make it a much simpler process than what it is today. To, for example, if you want to create the Kenny documentary, it's the life of Kenny, for example, right?
It'd be a
And
very boring documentary, but I appreciate the sentiment, sir.
but hey, you never know. Kenny might have a lot
Yeah,
of fans out there, right?
maybe.
That'll say, "I want to hear Kenny's story." Now, if you pitch that to a studio, then they might say it's very boring and it'll never get off the ground. However, your fans might say, "I really
Mm,
want to learn about who Kenny really is,
yeah,
and I want to see this documentary," and they'll back this. And that's kind of where this all comes from, right? That is empowering everyone, everyone that wants to be a creator, empowering them to bring their ideas to life, and without being shackled by the money people within the industry, that and without having to go through years and years of pitching a film or TV idea for it to come to fruition, or a lot of ideas never come to fruition. And having the fans make that choice to say, we
mm,
want to see this on screen. And, you know, just like you said, Kenny's story could be very boring, but you might have 1,000 people that say, no, it's not boring, and I'm going to give you $10 each and go and make this doco. And,
yeah,
and there you go. Then who knows, Kenny might be an amazing film producer that we will discover as a result, that
maybe.
otherwise that would have never happened. So that's what the platform is all about, and that's why I decided to merge NFTs and films, because NFTs are a great way to represent ownership in something. They can be beautiful works of art, but they can have great utility as well. And what we're doing is creating great utility and beautiful NFTs, as you'll see with Kryptonites.
Fantastic. And everyone look forward to the Kenny documentary coming exclusively to ritestream in the next coming year. Uh, look forward to it. The
I'll put my
trials and
$10
tribulations
into
of my life.
that.
Yeah, you'll fund it. There we go. We're funded already. Brilliant. Got the green light, guys. Let's go.
Amazing. All it takes is that one, right?
All it takes is one yes, exactly. All it takes. Brilliant. So now, have you been in any talks with Binance? I'm trying to get all of the juicy bits out of you as I can. Since I've got you here, Riaz, I want to get what everyone wants to know is the juicy stuff. So let's see if there's anything you
Well,
can let us know.
I can say that CZ has been my neighbor for quite some time, just before he moved to Dubai,
Oh,
where I live.
interesting. So he'd come over and ask for milk and sugar. You're like, oh, hey, CZ,
on,
here's
on, 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 on an occasion. And we do have some very close and very good friends at Binance, to be honest. And you know, not a lot I can give away at this point, but we're definitely engaging in some interesting discussions there.
fantastic. That will be music to many people's ears, I can assure you. A lot of people have been asking about that. So thank you for letting us know what you can let us know.
You're welcome.
So you obviously have a very, very a fantastic and great career, and Rightstream is like a next step for you. It's like another project that's very close to your heart. What makes you the most proudest about Rightstream?
What makes me proud about ritestream is the fact that it solves a massive problem for the industry, for the entertainment industry, in and it is the next evolution in how content is going to be created. And it is my hope and my dream that one day a film will be made on Rightstream that will win an Oscar, and that will be a defining moment, because then we have truly given power to the people, and that's when we have truly unleashed creativity and made dreams come true. But there'll be many a little step to getting there, and but I do know it'll happen.
Fantastic. And going on with that topic and that point, where do you see Rightstream going in the upcoming years? Obviously, it's very early days. Rightstream is a very new project, but if you had your magic ball and you could see into the future, I mean, where do you see it going in the upcoming years?
I see that initially Ritestream will kick off with a lot of the smaller indie projects, but I actually see a future whereby a studio production, studio scale production would be made on Rightstream, whereby even a studio would participate in the funding of that film on Rightstream. So imagine this, that the next Top Gun, and I think Tom Cruise will look the same even 50 years from now. So,
He does
fast
not
forward,
age.
he does not age. So even if he fast forward 5 years from now, you could imagine a Tom Cruise making the next Top Gun using Rightstream as the platform and being supported by a Sony or another big studio in that journey, but really uh, allowing the fans of that movie to actually participate in it as well and to have a piece of the action, so to speak. So I see that as the future. And as I mentioned before, that, uh, you know, a movie like that, or even an independent winning an Oscar, or a TV series winning an Emmy Award, I see that as the future, that it becomes the norm. It's not something that's uh, this thing on the side. It becomes the centerpiece of Hollywood, so to speak.
Mm, absolutely. And we are seeing that now. A lot of a small independent films and shows actually getting recognition by everyone in the industry. For example, I think there was one that even Apple
Hmm.
started with everyone's getting into this marketplace, and they're bringing on all of these independent filmmakers, aren't they? And they're getting attention and recognition.
Absolutely, and I feel that this is the evolution of the industry, right? We have seen the industry go through so many different phases over the years, and I feel this is the next wave, and that's why when I came up with the right stream concept, I wanted to be ahead of that wave and to be the creator of that wave in a sense as well.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. We will now like to take a couple of questions. So we're on the audience participation section here now. So if you've got got a question to ask Riaz or myself, but probably Riaz, he's the one worth listening to at the moment.
They
If you
want
have
to
a
hear about
question,
the Kenny documentary, I
oh no, they
reckon.
want to hit exactly. We'll come with Kenny NFTs. It'll be NFTs of my dog Benson. We'll figure out what utility we have for it. But yes, guys, feel free to pop your questions now in the live chat, and we'll pick out some of the best ones. So, all right, we got a few. Let's see here. Okay, this may have been asked before, but will Rightstream be featuring in any metaverses in the future? Virtual cinematic experiences sound fun. I think you mentioned Planet Theta, but
Yeah, I did mention Planet Theatre, and there's a couple of others we're in discussions with. So once those deals are finalized, we'll be announcing those. But absolutely, I mean, my vision is to have a right stream cinema in every metaverse, so that
exactly.
no matter where you go, you can watch amazing content.
Exactly. It's such a new concept as well, isn't it? And it's like I think that Rightstream may be the very first to offer this and
Exactly.
actually be it's very interesting because the thing is not everyone goes to the cinema now, but they like to get that experience at home. And I think just allowing that experience is just going to open up the
And
floodgates to
imagine
content.
Kenny being able to, watch your favorite movie without having to leave the comfort of your home and yet be with your friends, right, in the
Yeah,
metaverse.
yeah.
Now, I think that is a game changer. And I believe the technology for having that experience will improve dramatically in the next couple of years. And again, we are forward thinking. So we're building these cinemas now so that uh, y- the, everything is possible, right? The kind of experience you can have in that cinema. Um, which is kind of unimaginable today to a lot of people.
Mm. Okay, and let's see here. We have. I want to ask Mr. Riaz, does ritestream have intentions to partnership or enroll for Binance Labs? And again, something that was briefly discussed, but
Yeah, we kind of touched on that before. That we do have a lot of friends at Binance and some good conversations.
and here we are, Paul Weiss. Hi Riaz, can you provide an update on ritestream's product roadmap? Is there any sort of
Yeah, absolutely. So if you've been following our journey, then you would know that we launched the Android app earlier this year, and once Apple gives us a green light, we'll have the iOS app up and running as well. The next phase of our journey is going to be the launch of the NFT platform for funding content, which the Launchpad, which the MVP for that we anticipate will be towards the end of this year, and that's why I mentioned the NFT launch for Kryptonites. And then, based on the learnings that we have from that, we'll be refining the product further, and we expect the full launchpad to be live in Q2 next year. And alongside that will be a marketplace platform for NFTs. So I expect that by early Q3, we will have all the different components of our ecosystem operational
okay.
and people engaged.
Security and privacy are most important issues. Can your project users be confident about security? There's been a lot of talk about this lately. There's been some sort of issues with BNB chain and all this. So I think
Well,
yeah, it's important.
very topical at the moment
Yes,
with what just
it's
happened.
in vogue now. Yeah, currently.
And sadly, it's not the first incident, right?
Mm,
We saw that with Axie Infinity earlier this year as well. And security is, of course, of paramount importance to us as a project. And we we are doing everything that we can to put measures in place to ensure that our token holders are safe, that our tokens are safe as well, and everything that we build within the ritestream ecosystem ensures that we are as hack proof as possible. But you do have someone like BNB, which you would think would be completely unhackable, but it has been hacked. So there's no guarantees in life.
absolutely. This one's quite interesting. Can we know when you plan to start engaging or doing workshop trainings with film producers and directors, educate them on what ritestream platforms is bringing on the table for them? So are you actually going out and to the producers, filmmakers, and doing workshop trainings? Is that something that's
So, Kenny, what we're doing at the moment is a little bit of an education program with the industry, and lot through one-on-one meetups whereby we bring them up to speed with what's happening on the platform and what is possible. Once the platform is launched, then we will already have a number of producers and partners ready to go. And that's when we'll be conducting more comprehensive workshops in terms of how to engage with the platform, how to launch the products, and so forth as well.
fantastic? Thank you. Okay. Unless that's, I think that's everything. I don't think we have any more questions that really jump. So I suppose we can. I suppose we can end it here. Riaz, thank you. If there's anything you want to let anyone know before we depart and say our goodbyes, let them know.
Well, I would say Kenny's documentary is going to be amazing, people. So I highly recommend you buy those NFTs.
Absolutely, guys. I'm very excited to be in this. I'll be directing, producing, and starring as the main star in everything. I'll also be doing the music. I'll be playing the triangle and the trombone. I'll be doing the whole thing, and it will be spectacular. And
And
it
you got
will
my
win
ten
an
dollars to
Oscar.
help make it. So let's
10,
go.
perfect. $10. Let's go. Let's do this. Brilliant. Thank you
Beautiful.
so
Hey,
much,
Kenny,
Riaz.
thank you.
And
Thanks for
thank you
having me here.
everyone for joining us today. We hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you around. So thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye now.